So I've thought about doing this video for quite some while. I wanted to talk about me and the rest of the crew. I wanted to specifically talk about how I deal with my ADHD and all that. Now, none of this is scripted. I'm doing this all off the top of my head just to show you how my brain works and how I go through the day. So I've dealt with ADHD my entire life, never been medicated for it. I did tests and everything for it last year. I also have a lot of other things on the spectrum for autism, all of that sort of stuff, depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorders, all of it. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was, like I said, how I deal with it, and it is hard, very, very hard. I'm not going to do any editing to this video, and you're just going to see why I am the way I am on camera most of the time. Now, a lot of YouTubers do like to script their stuff. It's one thing I've been told will help, but to be honest, I like the rawness. So yeah, some of the issues I do tend to have a lot of the time is forgetfulness and trying to remember things, and adding the pressure of being on camera tends to do that. And I think you'll notice when we're on stream with FIFA or Fortnite or any of those other things that you will see a more real side of me. Whereas in the podcast where I'm trying to, be a bit more, hey, here I am sort of thing, that's where you'll notice more of the stuff. And that then brings me into gaming and how gaming has really helped me with the ADHD side of things. It's something I've done since I was a kid. I've been into gaming since, I think the first game I played would have been Mario and Duck Hunt on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Then since about the age of about 6 or 7, I've had a Game Boy or a Mega Drive and worked my way all the way up to where I am today. Now, this time last year, I had a bit of a mental break. We'd already sort of been in discussion a little bit, myself and Gun Hunter, Zach, Blowy, the other Zach, and my brother, into doing some streaming and all that sort of stuff. And it's evolved into what we're doing now, more aiming on the YouTube side of things. But during that time, I sort of reevaluated a lot of things. I was managing a warehouse, and I needed a change. And this brought me back into the idea that we're already leaning into. We're already starting the streams and all that sort of stuff. So I'm like, we're in a position, let's go for it full time. Now, admittedly, it hasn't taken off quite as quick as I'd like, but I'm working on getting it done. And I do most of the work. The other boys have their jobs that they do throughout the week. So it is a lot harder for them to get on and do stuff. But at the same time, they are there. They do help. They do make content. But at the same time, it is mostly on me. I have to do all the editing. I have to do all the ideas, trying to find the time to get everyone together to do stuff. We live in different places. That's another hard thing to do. Live videos that we are aiming to get to. So at the moment, most of it is all done online. But yeah, so it evolved into this, and YouTube I'm really enjoying. But the biggest issue with the ADHD and everything else is the structure and needing to be able to push myself to do things, which is hard with the family. I'm, you know, got a 3-year-old that wants my attention all the time. I have, 40 acres here that isn't going to look after itself, that I've got to go and do work on. And at the same time, my brain is going, you need to be sitting in here for 10 hours a day and creating videos and blah, 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 blah. Which, it can drag on you. I am in the process of trying to get medicated to try and help with that focus so that I'm, not so scattered in what I do and, how I go about it. And hopefully I can not just go, oh, you know what, that'll be right, and actually try and create some better stuff. So, yeah. Look, back to the point of video games and helping me with the ADHD and the rejection dysphoria, I think it is. I've had that my entire life. I wasn't popular at school, but I wasn't, the nerdy kid either. I was reasonably liked by most people, and then would get on people's nerves, and friend group would change. But video games were always my release. Like me and a couple of mates would always on a weekend stay at each other's place and just game out on Crash Bandicoot or GoldenEye, Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, all those kind of games. Tony Hawk's when that came out. And then that progressed after I left school into being the guy that, when people had an issue and couldn't get past the level, I was the guy they called. My gaming skills have dropped off massively as games have evolved, admittedly. But at the same time, I still think, I'm an above average player at most things. I do like to play single story games on easy the first time round. I have a lot of fun with them. I like to get invested in the story, and then I'll go back and do them on a harder difficulty when I have the time. For me, it's about that story. So, yeah, that's how we got to where we are. And I just want to let anybody know that if you are having problems like I was a year ago, and you're finding yourself alone or feeling alone, there's always people there to help. Reach out to this channel if you need to. I will always listen. I will always help. And yeah, from there, seek help. And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. But at the same time, chase your dreams. I think this video is as much for me as it is for anybody else. And I can look back on it in a few years' time and go, yeah, like we even if it fails, I chased. We tried something. At 16, I was making videos before there was a YouTube, before there was TikTok, before there was Vine, all of that stuff. Like 21 years ago. 21 years ago? Jeez, 21 years ago. I'm old. But yeah, we were making videos. We were doing our own Jackass style stuff. We had video cameras everywhere. I'd love to find some of that footage. I did get sent some not long ago. Someone thought I was in one of the videos. It wasn't actually a video I was in, but it was the other boys that we used to do stuff with back then. And yeah, so this has always been a part of me. Always been a part of me. Since coming to Australia, though, because those videos were in the UK, it's been a lot different. And there is a strong YouTube community here. I just haven't quite found it yet. And hopefully one day we can and be a part of it all. But for that, I'm trying to be as true as I can. We need your guys' help. Please like and subscribe. Watch the videos, even if you don't like them. Give us some tips. Let us know what you think in the comments. This is as real as I can be, as raw as I can be, without scripting, without anything else. So there's been so many days when I've been so disheartened and not wanted to post things and not wanted to keep going with this, but at the same time, it's what I want to do and I enjoy doing it. And I know I've got to get better at things. I've got to get better at thumbnails, titles, editing, all of that sort of stuff. But I have the tools. I've just got to keep practicing, keep using to make better content for you guys and better content for us. So, yeah. I picked this up and didn't even have a drink. It's hard. And the ADHD makes it harder. For the most part, I haven't been able to keep down jobs in my life, apart from my previous one, which I was at for 9 years. Worked my way up from the bottom, was their credit manager for a while, for a couple of years, then became their night shift warehouse manager, helped out with the day shift as a team leader. And yeah, that place became a trigger for me, and a lot of stress, and I needed to back away, and now we're here. I know I keep saying it, but that's how my brain works. It's showing you guys what it's like to live in my head for an hour, or, well, not even an hour, for 15 minutes, and seeing where we're at and how my thought process works and how it keeps jumping from thing to thing. Yet, you get me talking about Doctor Who, Pokemon, Nightwing, Venom, Spider-Man, gaming. I will, even soccer. Get me on soccer. My head's just full of facts. But that's why we do the gaming podcast. And yeah. So for now, I'm going to leave it there because I feel like this has been a mess, but let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Again, if you need help, reach out to somebody. Reach out to the channel. Leave an X in the comments, and I'll reach out to you guys. Find our links. You can get hold of us on socials. I will respond straight away. Everything's linked to my phone, so we'll always respond. I'll try and put some stuff in the comment for helpline and all that sort of stuff, but please reach out to people because this world is a better place with everyone in it. It really is. Really, really is. So, again, like, subscribe. Thank you. Peace out.